I escaped the exclusion zone. At what cost? Everything. A broken leg, head bleeding out, glass jars in my body, bullet inside my thigh. Leaning on the remaining strength in me, I ripped what was left of my clothes, used them as bandages to stop the bleeding, pulled the glass shards out. The wound was deep, I'd have to stitch it soon. I crawled through the ground to grab some tree branches, crafted a splint from my leg. The fracture was severe. I checked the bag, everything inside was destroyed, including the cure. Had to seek shelter immediately. Made my way between the swaying trees. A town. Desperate, I went inside the first building I came across. I never appreciated a roof as much as that night. And then I saw it. How? I thought it was contained. The undead were everywhere. Everything was a lie. The exclusion zone. They wanted this to happen. They did this. How far did this go? Was the whole world finished? I took some clothes from the corpse. Between the storm and the colder temperatures, I couldn't risk catching a cold. I'd have to find clothing with proper insulation soon. Spent a sleepless night, contemplating the rain splashes, getting lost in the hypnotic sound of the storm, while trying not to collapse from the immense agony of my broken body. Hours later, the rain stopped. I took a peek, checked my surroundings. The street seemed quiet. Pain was too intense to be able to sleep. Turning a corner, I found the second undead. Pushing through the agony, I shoved the walker to the ground. And then, 3 more sets jumped out of nowhere. It was bad. Juggling between them, using the fences to disrupt their attacks. One of them almost got my ankle, pushed them to the ground and stumped both of their skulls. I felt my whole leg burn. Had to get that bullet out soon. Grabbed the field jacket from one of the corpses. Then proceeded to take care of the 2 remaining walkers. I had to be extra careful. Pick my battles. Couldn't get outnumbered. Always watching over my shoulder. Always on edge. I checked the house room by room. All clear. Grabbed the sweater and drank some toilet water. House was absolutely empty. No loot to be found. No matter, I kept going. On my way out, I encountered another set. Each one was tougher to beat than the last. I was losing my strength. My body couldn't resist this much longer. I carried myself through the street, checked the house just in front. One zombie was waiting. And the second one, and the runner. I had to get away. Shut the door right on their faces. They burst right through. Half a dozen undead were right on my tail. The feral tripped over the fence. One of them almost got me. I shoved and turned away. It was a nightmare. They were faster than me. I couldn't keep up. I could feel their hands on the back of my neck. Just barely. I managed to slam the door behind me, letting me escape through the window from the back. It was a close call. Being outnumbered was a death sentence, not even mentioning the runners. The key was to take them one by one, avoid trouble when possible. If not, divide and conquer, never letting my guard down. I didn't know how long I could last. The agony was unbearable. Slowly, limping, I moved around the house, avoiding the front entrance, killed a straggler. Street seemed quiet again. Went in. Just one set remained on the place. Unfortunately, doors were locked. Again, no loot to be found. I was starting to get worried. Arming myself with a couple of planks, I kept scouting. If I didn't find food soon, things would get dreadful. Locked. Third house, nothing of use again. Just one metal bar. I was about to pass out, lied on the bed, until I fell asleep. Next morning, I checked the garage, grabbed a couple of things, but what I truly needed was food, medicine. I was starting to panic. This place could be my graveyard. If the zombies wouldn't get me, starvation would. I wasn't going to give up that easily. Checked the second garage. Surprisingly, found a generator. Not much use for it now. Got a couple useful tools. Screwdriver will come in handy. Went to the next house. No food. Just a couple flashlights. It hit me. This place was a ghost town. Nothing left. I couldn't keep losing time. I had to move. Exploring the surrounding area, I ran into a church. The silence was so loud. After following the road for a while, I stumbled upon a wrecked car. It had an empty can in its trunk, alongside a few tools. Further down the road, I discovered some sort of junkyard. Between the wreckage, I was able to find a car in good condition. I got inside and hot-wired it. It was on. Before leaving, I looted a few things from a truck just ahead. Now I had mobility. This finding was crucial for my survival. Having the ability to get in and out of trouble quickly was invaluable. Check the gas station and the restaurant. Places were barricaded or just had nothing left. My life was fading. If I didn't find anything to eat soon, that will be the end of me. The food market. This was it. The place was full of zombies, but I had to get in. It was all or nothing. One by one, I got rid of the wooden crates. A sneaky bastard came from behind. Finally, got the door open. Got lucky. My clothing saved me. Got in the car and killed that Ted. Then suddenly, all of them got out. I had them right on my tail. Just in time, I got in my car. It was insane. I've never had such a close call like this. Killed all of them. Place seemed secure. Finally found something to eat. I was so desperate that I ate the whole thing, followed by a full can of peanut butter. Back door was barricaded. Check the second floor. Thankfully, I found around 10 more cans of food. I could live to fight another day. Ended the night checking every single shelf. My tail wasn't finished yet. The minor wounds finished healing the next morning. I still had to stitch my right arm and get the bullet out of my leg. There was no point in staying there. Every shop was barricaded. Houses were empty. I needed to stay well fed to help my body heal. I will starve to death in that ghost town if the undead didn't get to me first. Time to move out. Before leaving town, I grabbed my axe and tore down every barricaded door from nearby shops in hopes of getting a little bit more food. No luck. Although I found a good amount of tools, including a crowbar, and last but not least, a generator. I carried everything to the car, paid a visit to the gas station one last time. After taking care of some unwanted visitors, I managed to get the pumps back up and running. Got as much fuel as possible. On my way out, I stumbled upon a workshop. Seemed clear at first. My heart stopped, took care of it. Nevertheless, I searched the place for anything useful. Got the car inside and spent the night there. Being in a workshop, I made sure to take advantage of the circumstances. I repaired the trunk, allowing me to store more things inside it. And then, I stepped outside. That sound. Was it them? Or maybe somebody else? No, my arm. Just when I thought things couldn't get worse. That's it. I had to go away. They saw me here. They could come back, finish the job, but I wouldn't let them. So, I went on my way. I drove into the darkness of the night, surrounded by its oppressive force, an infinite void, nothingness. For hours on end, I kept going forward, guided by the light, carefully making my way through the obstacles. No looking back, just a few meters ahead. That was all I could see, and all that mattered, the now. The present, reacting, avoiding, advancing, always with the constant oppression of the undead, appearing from within the void, born from the darkness. Seemed like they were everywhere at the same time, no matter where I looked. They were waiting for me to slip up, and I did. It almost cost everything. I'm still not sure how I didn't die that day. Couldn't risk another incident. Waited until the sunrise. Finally, shelter. My new safe house, maybe home, life seemed clear, spacious, open. As soon as I finished getting all of the things out of the car, I went to sleep. Woke up hours later, in pain. The view was terrifying. It was like staring into death itself, but I would fight back with light. After spending the night studying mechanics, I realized I needed to prepare. I was in for the long run. The first of many weeks of recovery. I needed all my bases covered. I needed food and water, no time to lose. Drove to the new town. This one was totally different from the other one. First house was quite the experience. Got the hell out of there. Searched a couple of houses. Finally a kitchen with food. Living room still had the plates and silverware laid down. Found some tweezers in the bathroom. At long last, I would be able to remove the bullets from my body. Took some useful materials and went back to the house. After so much pain, I was finally able to get those things out of my system, stitch my deep wounds. Just a matter of time until I healed, but they were nothing compared to the fractures. And so, the cycle went on. Looting house by house, finding beans, cans, tools, weapons, scouting and searching, day and night. The dark streets were frightening, terrors hiding beneath the shadows. Nonetheless, I kept moving, carefully, on edge, watching over my shoulder. My sleep cycle was messed up. Between the pain and the stress, I just had to keep going. Thankfully, it was worth it. All these things would improve my chances of survival. Unfortunately, I was too focused on the task at hand that I forgot to bring backup batteries. My flashlight was dead. Couldn't see a thing. Things were improving. Better insulation. More food. I found my rhythm. No matter the time of day, I would face adversity, slowly gathering more loot, more knowledge, making that place home, indulging in small pleasures, doing chores, crafting new ideas, adapting, creating, transforming. Everything had a use, a purpose, a meaning. I thought about my weaknesses, how to work around them, stealth, distance, learning new skills, putting them to the test, challenging myself, failing, no matter how many times I'd overcome defeat. Loss makes one stronger, seeking constant improvement. Maybe someday I'd be able to stop surviving and start living again. Small steps, welcoming change, contemplating. This may be my new life. I might as well make it as good as possible. Knowing my limits, where to go and where not to go, which places to avoid, how much to risk. As much progress as I made, I couldn't forget that my body was still broken. One small mistake would cost me everything. I still had a long time before healing. They never sleep, they never tire, and I certainly did. A damn close call. I had to be prepared for anything, a last resort. But for the time being, I was safe. I found peace. I was growing. Maybe this was how I survived.